Well, what's everyone? This is Matt Mrozik, and this will be the first video of this series, and this is going to be a prototype paint-up for Vision 2.0 on their Captain America. This was sculpted by Edaurdo Silva. I'll put a link down below in the description to his Facebook page. And when I contacted Vision 2.0, now this is one of those groups you have to be invited to, so unless you're invited to this group, you probably don't know about this guy, but he's really cool. I've got this kind of soft spot in my heart for Captain America now since I did the Alpha 3 Captain America, and I really loved that, so now I'm kind of stuck on Captain America's. This one's really cool. For all you comic guys, you'll probably recognize where this is from. It's based off a piece of artwork or a comic. Again, I'm not a comic guy, so I don't know that information. Maybe someone can fill me in or put in the description down below. But really cool piece. I was lucky enough to, strike up a deal. I paint a prototype, I get a casting. And they sent me my casting now, which I don't ever expect. So I'll get a rare instance to kind of show you two side by side, so I can flip one around and show you the back as well as the front at the same time and kind of go over the options that this will come with. Two discrepancies on this that aren't included right now but will be included on the production piece are the metal shields. Right now they're in resin. And then barbed wire. Right now they didn't have time to make the barbed wire for me, so the prototype will not have barbed wire unless I make something or find some scale barbed wire, which I may do. And basically it wraps around the stones and the steel beam and stuff. So I'll do it for mine eventually, or I think they agreed just to send me the barbed wire when it's ready. Again, as a prototype casting, a lot of times you get things that, they're just trying to get it in production. So some things don't come with the prototype as usual. And like the packing on this, when I got the packages, the boxes looked like they'd been run over by a truck. Luckily, the factory did an absolute fabulous job of packing everything, and I only had one little part break, which is not that big of a deal. The part that's broken, I'm leaving on my kit. This is my kit over here. This is the prototype. Not that it really matters, but this is the one that doesn't have the broken part on it. I'll fix later when I do mine. But yeah, so I can show you both pieces side by side and kind of go over this amazing, amazing piece. It's really cool. And what's great about it is that it doesn't take up a ton of space. I'm going to pause in a little while once I kind of go over this. I'm going to bring out the Alpha 3 Captain America and show you a size comparison. I'm not sure which one to be true to quarter scale, but there is quite a bit of size difference between this and the Alpha 3 Captain America, and I don't have any other Captain Americas to compare it to, but this thing is pretty freaking amazing. So I'm going to concentrate on this one because I have all the pieces kind of stuck together in there with blue tack. So let me kind of come in on that guy first, and we'll start from the top down, okay? So here I've got the angry portrait in there right now, but he comes with two portraits. And also with the prototype, nothing's been magnetized, nothing's been pinned, so I've got to do that too. He comes with two portraits. This is the angry portrait right now. Done extremely well. The casting on this is very, very good. Super crisp. The fitment on it, the fitting of everything is really, really good. You can tell it's a prototype because they've gone in and you can see where after they primed it, they've gone and cleaned up some of the seams a little bit more after they do their initial cleanup, they prime it and they clean up again. You can kind of see that here. This will all get primed and gray before I do any painting. But there's the angry portrait, and you get a switch out with just a normal portrait, just like that. Really, really nicely done. I really like it. Nice thing about this Captain America is that he really doesn't resemble anyone. The Alpha 3 kind of looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit, so I get that a lot of times. People call him Captain Arnie because the portrait looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. This guy doesn't resemble anyone really. So cool portrait. Sculpting is done extremely well. Lots of detail on this guy. And the color scheme is going to be based on the 3D art from Edaurdo. So the blues and everything will be fairly muted. I will do some weathering and stuff on the outfit because he's like in a battle scene. He's got some nice detail like the torn clothing here. The nice ripped shirt here with the Hydro symbol coming through on the chest. And you get this traditional Captain America shield. And then you get this other shield on the back. And now there is an option for the back here. If you don't want to display it with this shield, you can take this off. Now these arms are kind of, there we go. The arms right now aren't on real well because they're not magnetized. You can see they're kind of coming off there. And the shield kind of helps keep them from staying on right now. If you don't want to put that shield on there, you have the option of putting this plug in the back. Just like, it goes in further, but I'm not going to push it all the way in, so you have that option if you want to show the back. Lots of great details with the cantina here. Not the canteen, the canteen. The pouches are done extremely well. Most of them are very similar as far as like the sculpt on them. They all look very similar to this guy. So you got the canteen, you got that large pouch on the side that could be like for ammo clips. I'm going to put the shield back in just because it helps keep the arms from falling off. So yeah, nothing's pinned right now. Nothing's been magnetized, so if something falls off, that's why. Everything's put in with blue tack right now. I get a nice holstered gun on the side here. I'll show you that on the one over here on my kit because it's not all put together. I'll show you some of the other details. Again, the torn clothing on the arms here, really nice. Just lots of great detail. And then let's see, moving down. Again, the texture on the fabric is extremely done well. Lots of texture, lots of details in this guy. You can go nuts with painting. The paint up on this, according to the artworks, relatively, it's not that complicated. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water. But there is a lot of detail in this guy. So it'll be an involved paint job. I'm not gonna lie. Alpha 3 took me about 100 hours to paint. I told Vision 2.0, give me a month, you know, at least to get this guy done. So that's my goal. I'm gonna start on him tonight and get him pinned and everything. Get all this cool debris on the base here. I'll get some measurements for you in a minute because he doesn't take up a lot of space. It's a nice footprint. Not too deep. The base is done really well. And I'll kind of show you how it comes apart on the other one. In the end, everything will be glued together, like the torso, the legs, and the boots will be glued together. The arm's all magnetized because you do have I just forgot to show you that one. You have a switch out right arm. If you don't want to show it with a shield, you can, again, you can take this out and put this in and just have two fists. So that's an option, which is cool. Now you cannot, the way this is set up, this shield, the round shield, does not fit on the back. There's no peg to do that. It does peg right into the arm, and there's no magnet on this right now, but it really doesn't need it. It's a snug fit, and by the time this has paint on it, that's not gonna come out. But let's show you the inside detail of this since I have it off right now. So the leather straps look really sharp. Again, you got that sense of wrinkled leather in there. I love the detail on the gloves. Kind of like that carbon fiber look, even though it's not carbon fiber, they didn't have it back then. The stitching detail is crazy. It actually looks like stars, but it's not. They're just like little X's, but it actually looks like stars kind of. So crazy cool detail. Really nice. I'm not gonna make this video too long because it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's go ahead and spin around a little bit. Again, the base is relatively simple. I mean, you have some concrete here with some rebar sticking out. You got the steel beam right here. So really cool. Love the boots. Boots have a ton of detail. Just really nice. So I'm gonna back out, put this guy kind of just like that. So I'm gonna put the other arm on because I like the arm with the shield personally. I think it looks, you know, that's Captain America. I like it with both shields, actually. I'm not sure if that'd be a realistic thing, but I like it. Put that back on. And it fits really good. There's really no gap issues or anything I can tell right now. Okay. So I'm gonna put him back together and do like one more spin around, and then I'll go to the other one over here and kind of take them apart and show you how it all breaks down. Just really cool piece. So tonight what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on getting some magnets in them and getting the pouches pinned and everything on it. And then we'll work on priming them. But really cool piece. Let's go and get a measurement on them since I'm backed out right now. Okay. So from the base to the top of the head, we're right at 22 inches. That's the base and everything. The height of him without the base is right at about 18 inches. So I guess that's about right. Maybe the Alpha 3 is just big. I'll pause for a second and bring that out here in a second and just show you side by side comparison. And the Alpha 3 base is much bigger. So overall height, I said 22 and a half, I think it was. No, 21 and a half, about 22. Sorry, 22 inches overall in height. He's about 18 and a half inches tall without the base. For your display space, depth-wise, you're only going to need, that's from the tip of this to the back. It's only about 13 inches, so he'd almost fit on a 12-inch shelf. Maybe 14 inches, depth-wise. Width-wise, again, some nice small footprint. About 10 inches. So they packed a lot of stuff into a relatively small footprint for a quarter scale statue. Okay, so now I'm going to come over to this guy. And not that you really care how he comes apart, but I'm going to show it anyway. Because they only did 3 kits. So maybe 4 kits. I can't remember. It's 3 or 4. And then I got a prototype. So all the pouches obviously come off. As a kit builder, whenever they have the pouches already glued on and primed, like on my Robin over here, that kind of is annoying because it makes painting much harder. But you can see here, I have the switch out arm already taken off, the shield arm. So the way this comes apart is obviously the head comes off. That'll get a magnet or a pin. And they'll switch out really easily. Arm comes off. This will get a magnet. This has the switch out, obviously. Torso comes off. This will get a nice big pin, and in the end I'll get epoxied on there so it's one piece. The holstered gun comes off. That'll probably be, I'll have for the prototype, the pouches, I'll have to ask what they want to do, if they want me to glue that on or leave it separate. I'll probably glue it on in the end. But while I have this off, let me take a nice close-up look at this. So check out the detail and the sculpt on this. Just really excellent. Tons of depth, lots of textures. You can see there's 4 different types of fabric, plus the leather. It's just crazy. You get the emblem, so really nice. So that'll get pinned and epoxied eventually. And then the legs are one piece right now. Those will get glued to the boots, and I'll bring that in and show you a close up of that too while we're here. Again, just look at how well that's done. The tear in the fabric, the texture in the clothes. Really nice. I'm trying to get this so it's not so bright. And with it being yellow, my colors wanted to go all wonky, so sorry about that. Anyway, I think you get an idea. Look at that. I love leather. The leather straps are done really well. This will go darker leather, pretty dark with a light tan stitching. It looks kind of like yellow stitching in the artwork. And then the boots come off, and I'll show you one of those close up. Again, just done really well. Tons of detail. So it'll be fun to paint up. You can go crazy with them, that's for sure. I'll put a nice big pin in the bottom here so it pegs into the base. I won't do magnets, I'll do pins. And you really probably don't even need pins. The keys are really big. But I really want to show you basically kind of the base. The steel beam comes out. This piece of wrecked concrete comes out like a concrete pillar. What's interesting is the base. So it's like 2 pieces. Like this piece sits into here like that. And then you have the bottom right here. So that's kind of interesting how they designed that. And let me come in close on the base real quick. I'll show you that. And then I'll pause and get the Alpha 3 out here just as a comparison. So yeah, nice Hydra logo around the base. And according to artwork, this is just kind of like a metal, with weathering. So Should be fun to paint up. All right, so there's that. Show you how it broke down. Kind of told you what's going to come with it. All right, so let me get set back up here real quick. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to come back with the Alpha 3 and do a size comparison. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here you can see the Vision 2.0 next to the Alpha 3, and they're about the same size. Maybe just the Alpha 3 is like more muscular, more beefed up. I think that's what it is. I thought maybe he was bigger overall. I think the Vision 2.0 is a more realistic sculpt of Captain America, and Alpha 3 is more of a dramatized sculpt, because I mean, look at his pecs are huge, you know, his legs are huge, and that's also just a characteristic of Avi's sculpting. You know, the exaggerated muscles, the exaggerated crotch area, the big six-pack and everything. This is a more realistic representation of a person. Not necessarily Captain America, just a person in general. This is a lot more exaggerated, but two awesome pieces. So I'm excited to paint this guy up again, because this one's gonna be mine forever and ever and ever. I say that now, but I don't plan on ever getting rid of him unless I need to, like, you know, have major surgery or something. But anyway, I just want to do a size comparison of those two. But obviously this video is about the Vision 2.0 Captain America. So whoever's got this on pre-order, I think you're going to be really happy with your piece in the end. So that's it for this video. You know, it's not too bad, 16 minutes. And the first work in progress will be what I usually do. I'll be adding magnets and doing some pinning. So as always, thanks for watching. This is Matt Mrozik. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.